This video is brought to you by Filmora X. And no, this is not an official sponsor, it's just because of the watermark, and I was using the software to try it out and didn't realize that this would be the case. Enjoy.
A lot of finance YouTubers have done a revealing my entire investment portfolio video at least once, and honestly, I personally have not done one myself, so I have to fix that. Before I do though, please destroy the like button and subscribe to the channel if you want to know the next time that I post a video, whether it's about personal finance, working from home as a software engineer, or life. And with that, let's get into the video. The funny thing is, across all my investment accounts for my entire portfolio, including my 401k, Roth IRA, taxable accounts, as well as an HSA, I'm really only invested in one thing, and that one thing is index funds. All these other YouTubers have these long videos where they talk about how they invested in Tesla, Google, Microsoft, Apple, all these big banger stocks, or even the meme stocks like GameStop and AMC. And I'm here to tell you that I invest literally in only one thing, or one type of thing of index fund, and that is VT Sachs. Well, that's the whole video. I'll catch y'all next time. Bye. I'm totally kidding, because some of you might be thinking, well, what is VT Sachs? Or VT Sachs, that's basically over 3,900 plus different stocks, because it basically tracks all US stocks in the total stock market. And the thing is, that is true. If you didn't know, well, now you know. But basically, VT Sachs is the total stock market index fund through Vanguard, and stands for the Vanguard Total Stock Market Index Fund Admiral Shares. This fund is composed of every US stock from small, mid, to large cap growth stocks and value stocks. And they are Admiral shares, so they're not like ETFs or exchange traded funds where you could trade them any time of the day. Essentially, if you put in an order to buy or sell them, it gets executed at the end of the day, and it's kind of automated. I'm not going to go through all 3,900 different stocks that compose the index fund, but just know me investing in that one index fund is basically investing in each and every single publicly traded company in the United States. So what, Ver? That's not cool, because you're not getting 400% gains like they did on AMC or GameStop. But the point of this video is to share with you what I have invested in my entire portfolio, and technically those people that got the 400% gains on AMC and GameStop, I technically share those same gains because AMC and GameStop are part of the index fund that I'm invested in, and that's the point. But to give you a little bit of a clearer picture about what I'm invested in, here are the top 10 stocks that are in VT Sachs that account for 25% of the fund itself. Those are Apple, Microsoft, Amazon, Facebook Class A, Alphabet Class A and C, so essentially they have two tickers. I think one is GOOG and then GOOGL, as well as Tesla, Nvidia, Berkshire Hathaway, and JP Morgan Chase. And basically that just leaves another 3,940 stocks left to list. So in terms of VT Sachs, which is probably my largest or my second largest investment part of my portfolio, is through my Roth IRA as well as my taxable account on Vanguard, and that's a balance of about $40,000. And then I would say my largest proportion of the entire portfolio is actually in my 401k account that I have through Fidelity. The interesting part is I actually was invested in a Vanguard fund on my Fidelity account, but I got a notification a few months ago how they liquidated my assets to transfer them into a like-kind asset. It was weird, but basically I got the same thing, just the Fidelity flavor. So with that, I was just like, well, you know what? I'm just going to invest in another broad index fund similar to VT Sachs. So then I chose Fidelity's VXIX. And essentially what that is the Fidelity's version of the S&P 500, where it's composed of the top 500 stocks in the US stock market. Similar to VT Sachs, the top 10 stocks are exactly the same, but account for 27% of the index fund, which essentially, if those are the top 10, there's 490 to go to list, but I'm not going to do that here. And essentially this account, I have about $82,000 in my 401k. Moving on, since I'm on Fidelity, I actually have an HSA account through them as well, or a health savings account. For those of you who are not familiar with an HSA account, it's basically you can contribute pre-tax income into the account and then use it for medical expenses without paying any taxes. In addition to that, you can choose to invest the money that you have in that account into the same things like index funds or stocks if you want to, which again, I'm investing into the same thing, which is the Fidelity 500 index fund. In that account, I only have $2,000, but that's also because I didn't have an HSA account when I started my career. I just opened it up pretty recently in the last few years. I didn't mention this before, but I'll note it here now. I do have a few thousand in a BlockFi and a Gemini account where I basically dollar cost average into Bitcoin and Ethereum. Have a couple thousand there. It'll basically bring up the number to my portfolio that I said that I'm revealing in this video. But just know that I'm investing every week about $100 into Ethereum and Bitcoin. But the last account I want to mention is my taxable account through TD Ameritrade. I actually had a goal at the beginning of this year to get that account up to $50,000 in any way, whether it was contributing money to it or making the right trades, either on stock choices or options or whatever it may be. Basically a play account that I had a goal to move it up to 50K. The thing is, I'm probably not going to meet that goal just because I have been pulling money out of it because I got other things to pay for. I will say this though, in that account, I have a few shares of Apple, a few shares of Disney. Basically, I was on this whole thing like, oh, Disney's gonna go up because they were having this whole release schedule of all the movies and all the stuff. And after the pandemic, things would, look bright up for them, but they've been pretty sideways or they've been pretty flat in terms of their stock price. And then I invested in this company called Wish. If you're not familiar with Wish, it was one of those meme stocks mentioned on Wall Street Bets. And I basically put a few thousand into it, had huge gains because it went up a little bit, but it totally tanked at their earnings. So essentially I'm a bag holder in terms of Wish, and I wish it would just go up. But in the meantime, I'll be holding Wish stock for now as the bag holder and waiting for it to either go to zero, unfortunately, or to go to the moon. We don't know. And that balance on that account is around $11,000 at the time of this video. And the reason why I say that is because by the time I edit and publish this video, it could be less. But anyways, that is my entire $140,000 investment portfolio across all my accounts. I included everything just for transparency for my viewers, because if I'm going to be talking about these things, how am I going to even do that if I'm not even practicing the things that I'm talking about? Yes, it would be cool to invest in that one stock that would go way above what you want it to be and then basically move your portfolio value all the way up. But at the same time, if you make the wrong pick like I did with Wish, it could go basically into the ground. But the point is kind of to show where I'm at in my investment journey. It didn't start like I was handed a lot of money. I had to work for it. I made some mistakes on the way, and this is where I'm at now at my point in my career and at my point in my life. And basically I'm on track to be able to retire with over $1 million because I'm investing consistently and I'm making mistakes along the way, learning from them and growing. But with that said, if you enjoyed the video, remember to destroy the like button, subscribe to the channel, hit the notification bell so you know the next time I post a video on my channel. I really appreciate it. Check the links in the description below if you're interested in Yada Bank, if you're interested in free stock, all those things, or any other information about me and how you can contact me. But other than that, I gotta get on a Zoom call, so I'll catch y'all next time.
Bye.